All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Black Bear News, where everything is connected and the viewers are all smarter than the average bear. Where are the viewers? I don't see anybody in the YouTube chats. All right. Deline. I don't know where everybody's at. I mean, I know it's hot. It's hot here. Everybody's on Rockfin, I guess. Sama says, arrived sweaty. Yes. That's kind of how I feel, too. It's how I'm coming. Anyways, we're all here, or we're getting here. Bunch of people on Rockfin watching. That's cool. So, yeah, we're back. Sorry I didn't do a book reading on Saturday. I just could not. Had way too much going on, and I wanted to. I did. But I may, I may actually swap out a regular BBN episode for a book reading this week. I may just do that, just because I want to get one in. We'll just all gather around the campfire and listen to some stories. Anyways, here we are. Lots to talk about. Definitely lots going on. I feel like am I repeating my titles? Several times a year, maybe even a month. I feel like I'm repeating my titles over and over. I've been doing the show for a while. And I don't know. I feel like I've already called an episode this, had an episode with this headline or whatever, but maybe not. Who knows? Let's see. Let's get into it. Oh, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all the things. All right. Just got to make sure you're all are awake. Oh, by the way, I got a new subscriber on the coffees. Buy me a coffee. Brenda, thank you. Appreciate you. Always like my coffee subscribers. My Patreon subscribers, you know, you're there. I know you're there. And thank you for being there. Let's see. So let's just go through the litany of craziness that's going on. And a few of these are from maybe a day or two ago or a couple days ago. Brutal heat in India just recorded its hottest night on record. I think this is the one I was trying to post for several days, and it did. Hello. It didn't quite work out. Layla likes my bear. Cool. I like it too. New Delhi, India just recorded its hottest night on record at Safdarjung Observatory, which has been keeping data since 1901. The heat wave has been rewriting many records. New Delhi hit 40 C for greater than 37 consecutive days. So she's Doomer Girl News says 95.4 degrees Fahrenheit at night. And just imagine the humidity there. Imagine how uncomfortable that is. What's up, people on Twitter? Thank you for retweeting, liking, or reposting, whatever it's called. They call it reposting now because we're supposed to not call it Twitter. Devil's Therapist says, did you check the tweet with the 75 Celsius? What? 75 Celsius? Water coming out of the tap in India? Absolutely bonkers. I can't see that. Bananas. That's what that is. 75 C water coming out of the tap? That is bananas. I agree. Yeah, that's nuts. No, I did not see that one. So many floods going on. Looks like the northern plains, northern Midwest got jacked. Also, Mexico seems to be getting jacked. My computer seems to be getting jacked. I got the ice up, but it's hot, man. It's hot in here. No, ultra high carb life has been here many times. Here's a 1 minute glimpse of the incredible flash flood today on Highway 163 between Mexican Hat and Valley of the Gods in far southeastern Utah. Incredible amount of water. This is from the same supercell that dropped golf ball size hail on Lake Mead. And we have some video of that as well. What the hell is going on, guys? I'm wondering when people are going to start to, when the naysayers of the climate is changing. I wonder when they're going to come around to, maybe never. Well, we have some of that video, the Lake Powell video. Guys, it's hot as heck, and I'm struggling. My computer is struggling. I'm struggling. But I can still move faster than my computer, so that's good. Yes, Deline, I do remember that. Yeah. Several years in a row, and I don't know. I don't know about this year, but several years running, the high temperatures, water temperatures along several rivers in France were too high to cool the reactors, too hot to cool the reactors. Oh, you posted it, Devil's Therapist. You posted it. Okay, let's see. Maybe I can find it. Why didn't I see it? Seems odd. Oh no. No, no, no. Everything's moving so slow, slow, slow. My God, man. Let's see if I can catch it. If you posted it under a live stream, I straight out missed it, I think. And I'm sorry about that. Was this it? Oh, why can't I see this? You know they play the games, right? The Devil's Therapist. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to call you the Devil's the Rapist. I'm sorry. Can't stop my brain from seeing it like that. Anyways. No, I didn't silence you, man. I don't silence people. I don't ban people. I don't block people unless you're really being a nut. But you really gotta go overboard for that. I mean, and first of all, don't ever assume I blocked you if I haven't said anything directly to you. Like I don't know. Maybe that's not true. I'm just saying. I think you'd have to be pretty extreme for me to block you. Yeah, my brain feels like instant noodles too. No, I don't. But yeah, I don't block anybody really. I think it's got to be we got to have some fighting words going on. And I generally will say something. If I'm about to block somebody, I generally will be like, sir, or ma'am, hold on. I usually will say something. Anyways. And I tend to curse a lot too, so I don't know. I'm actually holding way back on this show, like way back. Like in real life, it's F this and F that and F you. that's like generally my go-to, but I'm trying to be nice and kind on the show. And professional. Large size hail falling at Lake Powell in Arizona. Whoops. Just when you thought you were out for a nice vacation times, you get, what do you get? You get hailed on. Let's see. Man, a lot to cover. My computer's running slow. A lot to cover today. I'm trying to get to it all. May have to move this operation indoors. If it stays this hot, I'm gonna have to go inside the house where it's relatively cooler. I don't know. It doesn't actually feel that much cooler in my house. It actually feels kind of warmer. I do not have the AC on, and it would take a lot to get me to turn it on. Like a lot. It's been 120 degrees here, and still didn't turn on the AC. Fred says, all I hear now is these storms are caused by Mother Nature, not by humans, not by climate change. I don't know. I hear a lot of people talking about they're cranking up the laser weather machine stuff. I'm like, okay. Alrighty. Man, they are busy. And they're everywhere. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They are busy and they are everywhere. And that's true for the most part. But I think this is a little too busy. 3 missing. This is in Switzerland. 3 missing persons at Lostall. Man, there was some crazy video out of Switzerland. I don't know if I'm going to show that today. 3 missing persons buried by debris flow after 125 millimeter precipitation in 24 hours. This is what climate change will give us under business as usual. There's that. Maybe I can find this. There was some nuts or nerds, as they used to say. What was her name? What was the anyways, I can't remember. I'll find it. I promise. Oh, we're almost there. Or we're not even close. I don't know. I'm just reposting everything, so it might take me a while to get down here. Let's see. Maybe I didn't go too far down. Come on. Let's see. Oh, here it is. Here it is. From the Zermatt, Suisse. This is nuts. This is insane. Everybody see this footage? Get ready. Here it comes. Any minute now. Any minute. It's a coming. That is crazy, and I believe it's been confirmed that this is that's real footage. A lot of people were just not believing their eyes on that one. And that is, I mean, that's pretty brutal. Resident Alien. Yeah, maybe it is aliens. And I give that a percentage of a chance too. Don't think so though. It's a secret. Whoa, look at that. A whole container going under this bridge. That was insane. It's the aliens trying to destroy the weather so they could starve the humans. Okay. Right. Where are we at here? Sioux City, Iowa. So yeah, the upper Midwest, the Southwest, the Switzerland, the Mexico. Everybody's getting it. Train bridge collapses into river due to flooding near Sioux City, Iowa. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little dark there, but I think you can see it. That's fairly insane. Insane in the membrane. Don't mind me. I'm feeling a little heat stress today. So that's my excuse. And I'm sticking to it. Well, I got an article to read too. We're going to get to some articles. Oh, where was that? That was in Iowa, Gene. This is in Guadalajara, Mexico. Lomas de Oblatos in Guadalajara. Sorry, it's a little fuzzy, but you can see it. Ooh. Frame rate is dropping. There was yes, I have some of that. There's a dam collapsing in Minnesota. I know I'm all over the place. I'm jumping around, but here's the Minnesota one. If I can get it to open eventually. This is the Rapidan Dam. Rapidan. The Rapidan Dam in Mankato, Minnesota, is in imminent danger of failing. According to officials, the dam may fail as debris continues to pile up around it. The dam was built between 1908 and 1910 for hydroelectric purposes. Residents living downstream have been warned to be ready as the situation worsens. Infrastructure doesn't stand a chance. Mother Nature is going to start working on the infrastructure pretty soon, or already. But yeah. Oh. I need a liquid coolant computer. Yeah. Yeah. How spotty is the? I know it's moving real janky. Sorry, guys. All right. I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, y'all. It's hot as blazes, y'all. So there's that. Let's see. Trying to find it. TDT. I'm just going to call you TDT. I'm trying to get it to open up. Open up. Come on. You say, hey, come on, man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this is just not happening at all. While we're waiting, well, this is in Havana, Cuba. TDT, did you retweet it? Did you tweet it under this current post? Because I don't see it. You know that they do weird things with like shadow banning and stuff, right? You know that, and with not letting people see stuff. This is Cuba. Apologize in advance for the frame rates. But this is Cuba. All right. From Doomfrog 4. Oh, I see. Got it. Okay, now I see it. I'm trying to see this. Is it in the thread of this? I don't see where the water coming out of the taps is. 75C. I'm looking. I mean, it does say that it's very, very hot. Says the tap water is boiling hot at 7 a.m. I don't think people elsewhere fully grasp what's happening in NCR and just how hot it is. All right, so let me get this. All right, so this is Doctor. And this is a wild. This is a really wild post. And in just 6 years, between 2016 and 2021, this is an unbelievable stat to me. And yet, at the same time, I believe it. In just 6 years, we've globally consumed over 75% of what we consumed for an entire century. That is called exponential growth, right? And let me tell you, I was working last night and I came to the realization, and I know you're gonna laugh and go, you're gonna chuckle at my expense. I was just like, we're lost, y'all. It's over. It is over. Because, and the reason why I say this is, I was out in the hinterlands of Southern California, of the greater LA area, and there's just bigger and just roads, huge freeways everywhere out in the boonies. Just they are planning for there to just be, cars and people expanding at an ever expanding rate. It's never going to stop. I'm just there's never ending construction. There's never ending, widening of the freeways. There's never ending, building of more freeways. There's never ending building of more housing projects. It just goes farther and farther out into just wasteland, right? There's just like, there ain't nothing here. This is the desert. They're like, how about some more houses? I'm just like, and I know, I mean, we all share something of the same outlook on things, I just, sometimes it's just surprising with just how done things can really seem at some moments, right? You see humanity and what we're doing, and you're just like, all right, yeah, it's just forget it. Just forget it. Forget I even said anything, okay? Yeah, but I had a moment where I was just like, yeah, I've read it. I'm going to, plants in shade dying. Well, sure. That can happen if it's hot enough, for sure. But I don't know if I want to, think about that. Think about that. In 6 years, we have consumed almost as much as we have in an entire century. Right? Nothing about that speaks to downsizing or degrowing or, there's no plans on stopping this, guys. There's absolutely no serious plans on stopping this, right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So when I hear people saying about there's a great depopulation agenda, I'm just like, dude, have you even fucking noticed what the fuck is going on around you? No? I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're just building stuff just to keep the investment money going until the very end. I don't know. Maybe. I just don't see it. Everything is a money scrape and a tax scrape. Everything is a money laundering scheme. And if you get rid of people, then it's harder to run those schemes than those tax scrapes, right? And the fee scrapes, and charge everybody for rolling down a highway. Like, if there's less people, where's that's a falling investment portfolio, right? Don't you get that? Oh my God. So whenever I hear somebody talking about, I mean, it's an interesting conversation, I guess, but whenever I hear somebody talking about the great depopulation agenda, I'm just like, all right, have fun with that. Have fun with that one. What's up, Rockfinners? I've been ignoring the heck out of you. People of Rockfin. Denver's posts Kansas farmers brace for water cuts to save the Ogallala aquifer. Yeah, that thing is depleted. Depleted. Oh my God, it's getting so late already. Okay, so let's look at this post. I don't think people elsewhere fully grasp what's happening in NCR and just how hot it is at 7 a.m. The tap water is boiling hot. The sun hurts the eye. There's no nighttime anymore. For 24 hours, the temperature feels above 40 C, which means during the night, the water is as hot. Every surface is hot to touch. The human body can't endure a heat wave that's nonstop without respite. AC's running nonstop, but rooms are barely cool. Houseplants are dying. You have to water them with boiling hot water. Yeah. Struggling to breathe in the thick, scalding air. The skin feels like it's on fire because there's minimal sweating here. You can't drink any water that's not in the fridge. Water stored in bathroom in buckets needs at least 12 hours to cool down to room temperature before bathing is possible. You can't step out on the streets. The early morning yoga classes are mostly gone where I live because it's near 40 C at 6 a.m. Some of the residents in high-rises are storing extra bottles of cold water and packets of ice the domestic workers can take home. But I can't imagine how dreadful it is for people without any privilege, the poor and the homeless, those who cannot afford even a cooler, and animals on the street. A money plant that covered my entire balcony like a carpet of dark green died. The palm is shriveling up, both in the shade. You can have couple of days of 47 to 50 C heat. You can't have relentless 10 days with no rain, no end in sight, and I fear this is how we will live from now on. And governments will do nothing because of capitalist greed, because the 1% super rich, when they're done cutting down all the trees, flying in private jets, building ugly hotels and sensitive ecosystems, mining, displacing indigenous people, when they have nothing left to exploit, they will move their families to colder places and settle there. In Kolkata, in the 90s and 2000s, we'd sleep on the floor in summers. Here in NCR, you can't lie down on the floor even at night. It feels like a gas burner is on underneath it. Declare an emergency. Extend school holidays. Shift to work from home. Set up industrial coolers and shelters for the homeless. Provide electricity subsidies to the poor who at least can run coolers. Set up free water dispensers on roads. Set aside funds for climate emergency. I didn't think this would explode. So for those outside of India, NCR stands for National Capital Region. That includes capital Delhi and several districts surrounding it from the states Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, and Rajasthan. In more serious cases, it can lead to a heat stroke when the body's core temperature goes above 40.6 Fahrenheit. One of the patients who died in Delhi's RML hospital on Tuesday had a body temperature of 110 Fahrenheit, 43 C. Yikes. That's rough. That is rough, y'all. Anyways, we're bumping along as best we can. I'm still marveling at the amount of resources that we've used in the last 6 years, but this sounds about right. Right. Everything has been escalating at a faster clip, right, as time goes forward. There's more people consuming more things. People have more wealth. Some people, anyways. And people with more wealth consume more things as fast as their little hands can get on it. I mean, you would think that people don't even know that there's an issue. I mean, driving around LA, there's just it's muscle cars and Land Rovers and big fat suburban SUVs. People are high on the hog here. Like they be smoking it. They be smoking it. Oh, that's a good one. You line up treadmills around the house for the zombies. That's funny. Getting some steps in. All right. Fred says, did you see Just Stop Oil went after Taylor Swift's jet with paint but got the wrong one? The news outlet called them knuckleheads. Yeah, it's like, well, they got a jet, so they success, right? I mean, I guess it's messed up that they didn't get Taylor Swift's jet, but whoever's jet it was deserved it. Oh my God, how dare you say that? What if it was a kindly billionaire? What is one of the nice billionaires that cares? No. Anyways, hey, is Max RJ around? Remember last week when Max RJ said Jimmy Dore shouted out Black Bear News? Were you pulling my leg? I almost forgot about that. By the way, I just remembered. Were you pulling my leg, man? Don't do that to me. But I just was curious if he did shout out the show. Like, what was he saying? Was he saying like down with Black Bear News, or was he saying like up with the people, up with planet, or was he like Black Bear News is my shit and my jam? I watch it every day. Did he even utter the words Black Bear News at all? Just curious. I mean, we live in the same city. It's not, totally unlikely that we might stumble into the same Trader Joe's one day. Oh, Jimmy Dore, what's up? How you doing? How you doing? All right. More than 1,300 pilgrims died among scorching heat in the pilgrimage to Mecca. We talked about this last week. We talked about it last week, and at that time it was 500 or so, and it got up to 1,300, which is wild amount of people dying in this pilgrimage. 1,000 people died on the way to Mecca. Good Lord. I mean, I don't know. I guess you really gotta. I mean, I guess getting down with your Savior is worth all that. You might get down personally if you play your cards right. Sorry, that's dark. Fred says the old hippie music groups are now selling their music to capitalists, including Ringo Starr. Boom. That's a really great point, man. Fred. That is a really great point. I was thinking about, remember back in the day when it was deemed bunk to sell out, right? Being called a sellout was like a serious diss, right? You didn't want to be called a sellout. And now, I don't know, there was a time, I think in the 90s or maybe around the turn of the century where it became like totally fine to sell out. And what I've realized, or was realizing the other day, is how horrific that is, because people who sell out are compromised, right? Are forever compromised. And You know, that is the point of not selling out, is to not be compromised into doing things, you know, selling your soul for money, or selling your ideals for money, your ethics, your principles for money, right? I think we need to make selling out a bad thing again. We need to reconnect and start calling people sellouts again. Old sold out punk ass so and so's. Yep, they're all sold out. Metallica sold out. Rage Against the Machine, sellouts. Straight up sellouts. You ain't raging against shit. You're a dope. You ain't raging against shit. You sold people a dream of raging against the machine, but that's all it was. You didn't really tell people to actually go do it, or show people a way, or walk the talk. So yeah. Plenty of artists out there that haven't sold out though. So there's you know, there's much to listen to. Oh, U2, big time. U2 is beyond sellout. I think I feel like they're cabal adjacent or something like that. Whatever that means. Half of Pink Floyd, not a sellout. Yes, man. Yes, Joseph. Way to point that out. That's right. So when you're Roger Waters and you don't sell out, you don't sell your soul, and you are willing to speak the truth and suffer the slings and the arrows, there's still a few out there. And yeah, kudos to Roger Waters. And thanks for pointing that out, Joseph Wood. Thank you. It was it was something else. Thanks, old as dirt. I appreciate it. Was he talking about the Revolutionary Blackout Network? Maybe that was it. RBN, which is great. Great. Anyways, yeah, Max left me hanging there at the end of the show talking about. I was like, what? If they offered me $1 million for what? It depends, Gene. I mean, it depends on the situation. Like if you get paid for your music, that's, you know, and people can get paid for their music. There's nothing wrong with that. I think selling out is compromising who you are for it. Compromising maybe the ability to say what you want, but it's really hard. I mean, you know, in order to stay on YouTube, I have to be careful about the things that I say. And I'm interested in staying on YouTube, and so does that make me a sellout? I don't know. Maybe. Scott Andrews says Roger Waters, Susan Sarandon, Mark Ruffalo, John Cusack. But lots of people, you know, don't do what they do on YouTube because they can't say the things that they want to say. We're mostly talking about climate change, mostly. So this that particular subject doesn't necessarily, you know, buck up. I mean, even though they hate me, YouTube hates me. YouTube absolutely, has pummeled me into the ground as far as like viewers and whatever. Yeah, so it's an interesting thing. I don't know. There's some things in the water says, look at what they did with George Carlin and Robin Williams. They just made them quiet. Yeah. Yep. I mean, I like to find different avenues to say what I have to say. And, I'm not shy about saying what I have to say. I just, I don't like the parameters in which we are operating in right now. The problem is for me is that like it's easier for them to make it seem like nobody's watching me and nobody's paying attention, and that's very effective because I'm on a small channel and they've made it seem like there's absolutely hardly anybody here. But if you just look at the chats, you can see there's tons of people here, right? But they make it seem like nobody's paying attention, and that's quite effective. So if I was a bigger entity or bigger, whatever voice, I don't know. I'm just trying to stay, able to have a channel at all, right? Like I'm just trying to have, some places where I can like broadcast and people can come and hang out, right? I'm struggling not with, relevance, but just with even being here, period. So, I don't know. I did start for anybody who's interested, I started a Brain Fallout channel on Rumble. So I think I'm going to get back to doing some Brain Fallouts, but probably just on Rumble or maybe Rumble and Twitter. I don't know yet. Guys, I will let you know when it happens. If you don't care about Brain Fallout, then all good. You don't worry about it. Don't come over. Don't watch. Don't take it in. If you do like the show, and you care about it, then that's I'm planning on doing some broadcasts over there. Jazz Farm says I'm struggling with I don't give a fuck. Yeah. How does Jimmy Dore get away with what he talks about? Because he makes YouTube money. Because he's big enough. He's got a big enough channel that if they get rid of him, I mean, there's a couple things there. If they get rid of him altogether, it kind of it's like an obvious like we're censoring everybody kind of play, right? And they've censored a lot of people, right? They Russell Brand, all kinds of people, right? There are some channels that can't even broadcast on YouTube, right? There's Ryan Christian can't even broadcast on YouTube. Steve from AM, like he can't even broadcast on YouTube. There are people that can't even broadcast on YouTube at all because they just smash everything they do. But there are some people that can kind of, Revolutionary Blackout Network is on YouTube, and they have pretty big following and they get a good crowd there. It's weird. Some people can totally be on YouTube and just talk about all kinds of stuff, and other people just get slammed. I don't really get it. I don't. It's it's a mystery to me. I don't know. Guys, if you do like this channel, while we're on the subject, if you like this channel, you appreciate this channel being here every day for free 99 from Monday through Friday, you dig the content, you're picking up what I'm putting down, you are into it, if you enjoy all those things, and you think to yourself, hey, I want to support this channel financially, then I would second that emotion. I would say, heck yeah, and what he said. So if you want to do that, I appreciate you in advance. There's lots of ways to do that. There's links in the description box. There's, the Cash App, the PayPal, the Venmo, all that stuff, right? So all those ways. And to all the people that already support the channel, you know who you are, and I appreciate it. You listened to Ike the other night. He's back. Yeah, Ike. Actually, I've been enjoying David Icke lately. I've been enjoying what he's been saying. So some of the things he says, I'm kind of lost on. But as somebody who can deconstruct the political milieu that we're operating in, he's top notch. He can break it down, right? He can take the current happenings and break them down in a very cogent way, and I appreciate that about David Icke. And you may like all his lizard stuff and all the other stuff. I mean, that's fine. I'm kind of like, I don't know, whatever. It's interesting, but the way he breaks down the political happenings or what's going on, I appreciate that about David Icke. He's good. He's really good. He's always been good at that. Anyways, Jimmy Dore does not rock the climate change boat. No, he doesn't. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing with climate change. I'm not really sure. Chanda and Oz shout me out. Nice, Osama. That's good to know. And I know that Franco shouts me out too. And so let me give a shout out to Franco. Frank Analysis. If anybody watches Frank Analysis, it's a pretty cool show. And Franco shouts me out, and I appreciate that. All right. We're almost at the end of the show. Crazy times. Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I get why Jimmy Dore says what he says about climate change. I'm just not really. I'm a little disappointed in that one but I mean, mostly I love Jimmy Dore. So when he goes in the climate change stuff, I'm a little like, it's weird because I just find it to be uneducated, and he's just repeating things that other alternative journalists say about climate change. So I'm just like, that wasn't really, it's not an organically original take. All right, my friends and neighbors. That about does it for me. I've got to move on and do other things with my day. And thank you for your eyes, your ears, and your conscience. And mostly, thanks for the conversation. And I will see you all tomorrow at the regular time of 4 p.m. Pacific. Until next time, peace.